Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I am Leah. I am your modest fashion hype girl. I am here for all things modest, long hair care, simple beauty, and above all, Jesus. I love him. So today's conversation, it could be considered controversial. I think it is because it kind of bothers me. I'm hearing it more often than I would actually rather like to hear. And that is that modesty is oppressive. There are some people who genuinely believe that either someone who chooses modesty is either brainwashed or that there's some underlying level of insecurity or that they are attempting to achieve some extra level of favor with God. But I'm here to say there could be nothing further from the truth. Okay, so a little bit of my background. I grew up in a Christian household and we had standards for certain things, like in regards to how we dress for going to church and things like that. I didn't grow up in a super strict household of like, you can only wear skirts or whatnot. It's pretty much just understood what was immodest, like short shorts, no showing your belly, no showing your cleavage, nothing too extremely tight, like all those things that you would think don't really need to be taught. But fast forward to our culture nowadays, and it's absolutely very common to see all of those things, even on children. It's actually championed. I can't say that I grew up wearing whatever I wanted because I actually did have a mother and a father who cared about how I looked, and growing up in a Christian home, how we represented Jesus and things of that nature. So for me, it wasn't necessarily forced on me, but even as a child, it was understood. So that was in my childhood. Now, as I grew up and I had a moment or a time when I walked away from the Lord and I was living very selfishly and I was in the partying phase and I wore anything and everything that I wanted. Some things I didn't wear just because it was an insecure thing, but I absolutely kind of just fell into the crowd and what was expected. And what was expected in that culture was to dress provocatively, if you got it, flaunt it, like those kind of things. So it wasn't until after I really committed back to my relationship with Christ that I actually started to understand on an even deeper level that I started to see myself as how God sees me. And that is worthy, that is loved, and that is complete without needing validation from anyone or any group. So modesty is not about shame. It's not about hiding. It's about honoring myself, honoring the Lord, and reflecting on who I am and who Jesus is inside of me outwardly in what I wear. So this is where it gets spicy. People love to throw around the idea that modesty equals some kind of oppression, especially when it's tied to religion or a religious belief. But here's my question. How is it empowering when a woman chooses to take off her clothes, but yet it's considered oppressive when she chooses to cover herself up? Modesty only really is oppressive when it is forced, when it is about rules and it's not about your heart, it's not about how you feel, and it's not about a personal decision and a personal conviction that the Holy Spirit has led you to. So whether you choose to dress less modest or you choose to be even more conservatively dressed, it all comes down to your personal convictions, your personal values, and what God has spoken to you. But I can speak for me. Dressing modestly, it's brought me a different level of confidence. It's brought me a different level of peace, has only brought me a different level of freedom from comparison, freedom from pressure, freedom from needing to feel like I have to prove something to someone by wearing something that is flamboyant and expressive by being immodest. And if you've ever felt curious about dressing more modestly, but you're worried about what people might say or what they might think, I just want to say there is no need to feel like you have to explain yourself to anyone. You don't. It's your values, it's your convictions, it's your personal choice, period. Because you know what? At the end of the day, your personal relationship with God is exactly that. It's personal. Thank you for letting me share my heart with you today. I know sometimes this topic can be controversial and it's very personal, but I appreciate you letting me share my thoughts. And I would love to continue the conversation in the comments. Do you think modesty is considered empowering, or do you think it's oppressive? Why and why not? Obviously, keeping it respectful. And of course, if you enjoyed this and you like this, make sure you like this video, that you're subscribing, and that you hit the bell to notify you of my posts. I post weekly. I do share my shorts like throughout the week, but I do a weekly vlog post every Wednesday. So if you hit that bell, it'll notify you when I post, so you don't miss anything. I really appreciate your support. I love that I'm building this community. I love that I am able to share my heart, and overall it's been received very well, and I'm thankful to the Lord for that. So until next time, stay graceful and stay true to who Jesus in you is. Toodaloo, bye friends.